Hi, my name's George. Farm here in the Midlands with my mother. We run dairy beef, Angus, finishing 60 a year, and Romney composite ewes. Been here for 5 years now. It was originally arable. We've grassed it down and fenced it, put the infrastructure in. I needed a cattle yard that could just be used for one man and safely. I've been to New Zealand a couple of times and worked there, so I wanted a yard that was similar to sort of the design that you have over there. Round races and easy pens for cattle to flow well. So I was looking on the internet for inspiration, ideas, and came along to Te Pari and seemed to fit what I needed. Worked with Giles to overlay yard designs over Google and come up with the best design really for stock coming into the yard and stock leaving the yard on a lorry. Yeah, we just went over a few designs. I didn't have the funds to go for a full steel yard, so decided to try and make it a bit cheaper if I could do like sort of a hybrid yard, which seemed to work best. The cattle flow really well through the pens and into the race. Don't seem to have any issue with the cattle moving from the hardcore to the concrete, and we put like a gradient on the concrete so the water cleans off quite well and it just sort of stops it all getting dirty, and they flow really well around the curved race. With the plastic on the outside works really well because the cattle aren't looking out the yard to see where they might go, they just follow in. We've got a manual Te Pari squeeze crush, works really well. Cattle are really calm inside. Quite like the rubber matting on the floor because it just keeps everything quiet, and the cattle just seem to be a lot more docile when they're in there. The levers work really well, especially having the lever on the back for the head yoke, so you can pull the head yoke and be stood behind the animal too at the same time, and they sort of flow better going out. Got a head scoop as well on the front of the crush, works really well for bolusing cattle or tagging or anything, just to keep the head still. The crush works really well with the weigh cells underneath. The cattle automatically weighed as they walk into the crush. Then the EID reader reads the tag and matches it up with the weight, so it just works really well. Probably the best feature for me is the catwalk, and using the C-Force gate with the catwalk works really well because they just flow really well. Once you get on the catwalk, they really enjoy running past you, so they just flow really well into the race, and you're not trying to push the cattle in there. Once they see where to go, they just naturally want to go there. And then having plenty of like personnel gates around the yard just works really well. Not having to climb any of the hurdles or anything, you just go through the gates, and you've always got an exit option as well. Yeah, definitely recommend the Te Pari cattle yard and the Te Pari crush for other farmers really that want to upgrade their handling system and just make their life easier with the cattle and safer.